Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into my YouTube channel. Going to do another episode in the makeover my bass boat, kind of upgrading my Ranger 461. Again, remember this is a 1997 boat and really love this boat. Love the way it's coming along. Today I'm going to try to tackle two different projects, and I had some comments on the last video, some great responses. I appreciate them. But before I get into the video, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up. And of course, drop a comment down below. I try to respond to each and every one of them. It's always good to hear from you guys. One of the comments that I had was they really liked the mat that I put on the bow of the boat underneath the trolling motor. So I wanted to share with you guys the stuff that made that possible. This is the Gator skin. It's made by Gator KeelShield. And this is, they have a couple different thicknesses. This is the thicker one that I used for the bow. It has a 3M adhesive back. So before you actually apply it to any fiberglass surface, it's not gonna come up easy. I mean, it's not gonna come up. Once you put it on, it's stuck. You wanna make sure that you clean the surface before you apply this product. I think I used alcohol, just cleaned it really well, and then I cut it to shape. And as you can see, this is the piece that was on the bow of the boat. And then I used an X-Acto knife. After I traced that on, I used an X-Acto knife to not only cut it from this original piece, and then, but also to kind of make the closer trims, the fine touches once I applied it to the bow of the boat there. So again, that's that Gator KeelShield Gator skins is what they call that. They make it in smaller pieces too. I'm planning to put some actually on my trailer, because when I back the boat in the water, as I'm walking up to the boat, I actually stand on the trailer before I enter the boat, like most of you that don't have a step system on their trailer. Today I'm going to attempt to do something I've never done with a boat, and this is the skeg shield. I'll show you my skeg on this boat. It's pretty much chewed up pretty good, but it's, for its age, it's actually in really good condition. But I'm going to put on this chrome, I believe it's stainless steel, and I'm going to apply this and just share that with you guys, how it goes on and different things like that. The alternative is to go ahead and have that skeg cut off the motor and then another one welded on and then spray painted and so forth. And you could do that, but this helps you with all that. It really protects and restores your skeg and its look pretty fast. So like I said, I've never done this before, and you got to get the one that fits your motor. This is a 150 to 175, and it says from 2001 to 2018 Optimax. But it also has 135 to 200 horsepower, 2 and 4 strokes, between 78 and 05, which is where I fall into. So you pick the one that fits, and you just go with it. So I'm gonna do that. I may be trying to pull off more than I can do, but I'm also gonna try to put on a new Gator KeelShield. There is a KeelShield on the boat, but it's been peeling since I got it, starting from down towards the center of the boat. The bow of it's fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and put a 7-foot white one. I've done these before, I've done a video in the past, but gonna do that. That's kind of a process that I've never done either, because I've never pulled one off. I'm usually applying it to a fresh, clean surface, but I'm gonna pull this one off and then try to remove all the old excess glue that's on there, and then I'll have to clean it, and then I believe it takes a little bit of sanding or prep work, and then you can apply this. And these are kind of fun to do. The key is to get them straight on the boat. But these are the two things that I'm going to try to do in this video: the Gator skeg shield, and then obviously the KeelShield. So here we go. So it's been coming off here, and I'm not sure what brand or make this was, but some of the adhesive backing is still stuck on there. And obviously they ran a bead of silicone on there to keep it from, keep this edge from peeling up, but it just wore out over time. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel that off. It's definitely a booger to take off. Well, I'm not sure how long that was on there. Not even sure on the particular brand that this was, but this is, it looks like they actually, it started peeling at one point and they just went ahead and cut it, because this one's probably only 5 feet long, and the one I'm applying is a 7-footer. So, I mean, they got some good wear out of it, but I'm gonna put a nice clean one, make sure that the keel of my boat stays nice and clean. So now I just gotta get this adhesive off, which may actually be a bigger job and more time consuming than I'm actually gonna wanna do, but it's gotta happen, so getting after it. I've got this little plastic spatula or scraper here, but I think also may wanna use a just a straight edge razor to kind of remove that stuff. I don't really want to use a razor against there, but I think at the end of the day, that's going to be the easiest way to get this stuff off. Trying not to scrape into the gel coat at all. But I've got a nice dull razor here, so just go ahead, remove as much as we can. As you can see, my skeg has, you know, some use that comes from being run a lot through shallow water over the years, maybe sand, little gravel, different things like that. So I'm gonna put these this KeelShield to kind of update and upgrade the skeg and have that looking really nice. I think it's gonna be a great addition to this boat as far as, you know, giving it a facelift and giving it a great look and overall appearance and just protecting what's left of my skeg. So I've never done this before. I've never put one of these on. This is going to be kind of a new process for me, and see how it goes along. Here we go. Super cool looking. Oh yeah, that's going to look amazing. Okay, 5/32 drill bit, so that way I can bolt this in on both sides with Allen keys, and I think I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on there just for good measure. I think I'm going to go in reverse first so it doesn't skate around. There's two bolts that come with the KeelShield. One's a longer one and one's a thinner one to match the thickness of your skeg. I'm not just gonna tighten it up completely just because I'm just getting it to hold in place while I go and drill the second one here. I'm gonna put a little JB Weld Permalock or Loctite on here just to make sure they don't back out at all. I really like the way this looks. I feel like it's such a nice update to the skeg, to the lower unit, matches my Mercury Tempest Plus prop. It just looks really good when I'm running in shallower water or just idling through some backwater sloughs, or it's just going to protect the skeg as well. Now I'm doing all this because I prepped the bow of the boat and removed the keel guard, whatever keel guard was on there. I don't think it was a KeelShield, a Gator guard's KeelShield. I think it was, you know, a competitor's brand. Doesn't look the same. I went ahead and took all that glue off there and was able to get it all ready for applying the next one. I washed it, cleaned it, and removed a bunch of that scum line that was up there. I could do a better job, but I'm just trying to get as much as I can get done in a day here, and then I can go back and clean it up some. But I think I'm ready to apply the Gator Guard's KeelShield, and all these Gator Guard's products are, I believe they're all in stock at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. And I don't know if you know this, but TH Marine just bought Gator Guard's KeelShield. So whether you're talking about the Gator skins or this SkegShield or the KeelShield that I'm going to put in, that's all under the TH Marine label because they just purchased it. There was an official press release. That was something that I want to say happened in the last month. Pretty cool there, because worked with both companies for a while, and now they've joined forces. Okay, that's it. Pretty quick process for not ever having done it myself. I feel like I did a really good job with it. It's on there really nicely. I'm pretty excited with the way that turned out. I think the longest process was trying to find the right drill bit. Other than that, pretty simple. Okay, we're ready for the install of the Gator Guard's keel shield. And I went with a 7-foot white because if on the back here, there's a little diagram shows you what size for what boat. And for a 17 to 18 foot boat, they recommend a 7-footer. So I'm gonna go with the 7-foot white to match the bottom. And I've already done the prepping as far as removing the extra glue and adhesive that was on there. And there's a couple other processes that need to take place. One of the things that they recommend, this is kind of a quick tip as far as if you're gonna go ahead and install your Gator Guard's keel shield, is lay it out in the sun. You're taking it coiled out of the package like this, and it has a tendency to want to remain coiled. It's taken some memory. And so I went ahead and laid it out in the sun, and it's just laying flat now. So it's ready to go. A couple other things. They give you this little Brillo pad, and you're supposed to rough up the area in which your Gator Guard is going to sit. So essentially maybe 3 inches on this side, 3 inches on that side. I don't know, it looks like about a 6-inch strip, and you're going to split down the middle. So you're going to rough that up so that the adhesive, once you take the 3M backing off, it's split into 3 sections. When it's roughed up, it has a better grip. It can definitely stick to it a lot better. But first you're going to rough it up, and then you're going to clean that area, because you want to get all that powder off there, that roughed up section, anything that you've sanded, any material that's come loose. You want to go ahead and clean that up. And then you have these adhesion promoters. They're pre-saturated wipes. This is the old one they used to have in the package, a Gator Guard's adhesive activator wipe. And essentially you have this little towelette here, or material with this adhesion promoter on it. Everywhere you're going to apply your Gator Guard's keel shield, you're going to go ahead and wipe that adhesion promoter. So not only do you have the 3M backing, which is going to adhere extremely well to this, but you're also going to have this wipe, which is kind of almost like an epoxy, like a 2-part catalyst, where you have a hardener and a resin, and boom, they just solidify and stick really well to the bottom of the boat. I'm gonna go ahead and take the jack stand and jack this portion up as high as I can. It gives me more room, but I've also got one of these creepers here to slide along and get up underneath there and take care of that. Seems like a lot of work to put this Gator Guard's keel shield on the keel of my boat, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's gonna prevent damage, protect your boat, and preserve its value. So I think what little time you'll spend doing this is gonna pay off in the long run. So here we go, get into that process. Okay, so I got some masking tape so that I can mask up the Gator Guard's keel shield up against the bottom of the boat, and that way it gives me an idea, a rough estimate of where exactly it's going to sit on the hull. It also gives me an idea how much I've got to sand or prep with this pad. And I have my fan up there. Hopefully the fan's not really bad, but I gotta have some ventilation in here while I do this. Plus it's pretty warm in here, so it helps with just keep some cool air flowing through here. Okay, so I've already prepped the bottom with this little sanding pad. You know, just kind of roughed up the bottom of it. And then I have this is kind of like a little plastic squeegee, kind of to remove the bubbles once I start applying the Gator Guard's keel shield. I hope that fan's not really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put my gloves on, because I'm going to open up these applicators or these adhesion promoters now, and it's going to really start to smell, and I don't want it on my skin either. With these adhesion promoters and activators, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and apply it, wait 5 minutes, and then you can peel the 3M backing off the Gator Guard's keel shield and stick it on there, and that'll help it adhere to the bottom of the boat. Okay, I'm adhering it to the hull of the boat now. I'm making sure, doing my best to make sure that it stays right on the center line. There's 13 lines across, so your number 7 lane is actually the one you want to go right down the exact keel of the boat. And I think with the fan now, that adhesion promoters kind of dissipated, and I can take this mask off. Peeling the third strip here. Okay, so my Gator Guard's keel shield is officially applied to the hull, and I may try to run this little plastic squeegee type tool up and down just to make for sure that all the air bubbles and that everything from that adhesive back is stuck to the hull of my boat. But it looks really good. I think this is one of the straighter ones that I've ever got. And what I did was I took this little Sharpie, and on the number 7 lane or line, I mean, nothing that anyone's ever going to be able to see, but I just put a dot every foot, so I knew right where the center line was, and I could get it as straight, you know, even on either side, and it looks nice and clean on the edge. But that's pretty much it. Got some good stuff done today in this video. Obviously got the skeg shield put on, and now I have my keel shield put on. I think what I am gonna do is I'm gonna run a bead of silicone right there down the whole edge, front to back. And the reason for that is not that you have to have it, but it's just another extra measure. When you're running down the lake and you're going 50, 60 miles an hour, that's like a power washer. I mean, it's just shooting water in there. A bead of silicone is just gonna make it where that water cannot shoot in between the adhesive edge and your keel guard and the hull. So just another little extra measure. You may want to do that if you're applying a Gator Guard's keel shield. Hey, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying or getting something out of this updating and upgrading my 1997 Ranger 461. Until next time, thanks for watching. Good fishing.